What up guys, happy Thursday. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and today was pretty eventful overall for the Nasdaq, right? As you guys can tell from looking at it, it sold off pretty aggressively today, right? There was a very clear direction today, and I somehow managed to not capitalize on it. I'm pretty disappointed at myself that I had a pretty bummy trading session today. It just really didn't work out well, and with this big clear sell-off, right, the market was very clearly trending below this blue EMA line, and anytime it came above it, it would be very brief, right? It would just kind of briefly pop above it, and then it would get rejected and continuously just keep selling off. And I didn't take part in any of this sell-off, so not only was I basically broken even on the day, but on top of that, our account was obviously down a pretty penny. If you guys see here, we were down $200 on the day, and I was down around 8 cents, right? Because I was down 30.12 on SQs and 30.20 on TQ. So basically broken even, and very uneventful day for me today. Here are all my orders if you guys care to see them. There's a lot of them, and I'm just gonna walk through with you guys what I did wrong today. So it is definitely something I need to work on. It's a mistake I said in the last video, but right around here was when the market opened up at 6:30 in the morning, and clearly there was a big bearish direction. Bearish meaning it was basically just downtrending. The overall charts were making lower lows and lower highs, and the mistake I made today was I kept trying to predict the bottom. I don't know why I did not go with the flow. I seriously just kept thinking there was going to be a bottom, especially right around these types of areas, right when the Nasdaq would fall pretty significantly and there would be some green candles forming, right? I thought these green candles would be kind of forming some higher lows for a potential move back up, but that never happened, and I kept losing money, and it was just very unfortunate because I want to walk through with you guys. I even lost money obviously trading SQQQ, and the reason why that's pretty shocking, and I want to show you where I made $30 on it, but why I barely made anything was because anytime SQQQ started to fall, or anytime the Nasdaq started to fall and SQQQ started to push up, right, because it's the inverse, I decided to get in only when the basically it was at a bounce. That's where I really went wrong today. I waited for the Nasdaq to start selling off again and break the new lows, right? And I would buy into SQQQ, and as the Nasdaq started to fall, I would start to average in heavy, only to be buying in at kind of support areas for a little pop. And I would sell out, flatten my trade, only for this thing to keep falling. It kept faking me out, and I kept thinking I found the bottom, even though I obviously never did. Even looking at the bigger picture time frames, right, when the Nasdaq broke below this previous support it had here, that could have been a big indicator that it was gonna keep continue to fall. Sorry, I can't talk today. And yeah, so I definitely missed out on that big kind of signal, and yeah, just overall very bummy. We were down like $400. Unfortunately, the overall market did recover here, so we did make back like a couple $100, but yeah, that was my mistake today. I kept trying to predict the bottom. Never do that. It is always in your best interest to be going with direction, and don't decide to switch direction only until you get confirmation that the market does really want to change. And how do you see that? Well, if the market kept selling off anytime it approached this blue EMA line, you want to see signs where it finally starts to uptrend above it and starts to hold. And it only really did that right around here, right? It started to trend above it, and anytime it fell, it started to use it as a support now, right? Rather than a resistance, and it started to make these higher lows and higher highs. So that's a big indication how you could have known there was a change of direction that could have been happening here. And yeah, that's basically it to sum it up for you guys. I missed out on that. And my only one trade that I did have that I really liked today, it was one I was fully averaged in with, and it was, I believe, this trade right around here. Or no, it was not that one. But if I show you where it was on the chart, basically I took part in one of these nice drops. I believe it was right around here. This drop here. I decided to get into SQQQ. I actually got in at a good price and I averaged in, and I wasn't gonna sell out until it kind of broke above the EMA and started to hold. And that's where I went wrong all the other times. I really just dug myself into a hole, and I did manage to have one nice trade on SQs where I was fully averaged in, and I made around, I'd say, $70 to $80 on that trade, and that barely made me broken even. I was very shocked about that too, but yeah, it was one nice trade, and a lot of you guys might be thinking that's what I should have been doing this whole time, right? I should have been only selling when it really made sense. I kept getting faked out even though direction was still in my favor. So I need to look out for that, and that's something maybe you guys could relate to. I'm not sure, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you guys so much, and have a great night. Take care.